Hey guys, this is Raiders from 1985 and latest on the Castrol GTX Cup Series for Season 10. Reason why I haven't posted any Cup races lately, well, some little computer update or whatever it was, glitch or whatever, has erased everything I've done in Season 10. So luckily I got all the stuff that I had recorded and stuff. Which I'm not going to put up. I just screenshot the results from each of the races I've done. I recorded all the way up to 8 Bowl Speedway for the races, and so the season ends after, I think, 17 races, I think, is what race I was on. Just about ready to prepare for Sonoma, but so the season ends, the season is over, so I'm going to show you the remaining results from the races I had not done yet. We'll start with the 600 at Charlotte. And so that race, Kyle Corbett got his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. In that race, Chris Darton coming in second. He actually beat Darton by just about half a car at the stripe in that race. And let's see where he ended up in that race. Keith Batson had his best run of the season so far in third position. Johnny Gardner was fourth. Cole Daly was fifth. That race. And all the way down to the 20th position, which was Charles Sanford. And so 21st on down, there was the finishing order. Charlotte, that was the race on the new Charlotte pavement, by the way. I got the 2013 version of that track, which I will use again in Season 11. So, yeah. And plus, there will be a new track, by the way, in Season 11 that will replace Twin Ring Motegi, by the way. Which was one race I just did, by the way, too. So that was Charlotte. That was the Charlotte event I got done. So let's go on into Dover. Eric Burton got his first win in that race at Dover Downs International Speedway. Levi Shones coming in a close second in that race. Then it was Adrian Becker, Chris Darton, and Tyler Batson. And then all the way down to 19th, which was Jessica Shelton in that race. Look at where you ended up in the top 19 in that at the Dover event. Dover was another new track. I experienced some new tracks from the 2010, 2013 revamped tracks. And some of them did pretty good. The only one I'm pretty much going to get rid of is Martinsville. Martinsville is a absolute total disaster, so I'm going back to the 2003 Martinsville. So that way we didn't have as many cautions. So there's where he ended up in the race at Dover. Certainly I missed out. I think I. Yeah, there was 20th right there. There was 20th position right there. Excuse me. Joshua Collard was 20th in that event. Excuse me on that. So there's 21st on down to 38th in that event at Dover. Some drivers not even having good runs in this season. There's some guys I'm surprised didn't have as many good runs. You know, some of our NR 2003 veterans as well. Mike Becker and Keith Batson still didn't have any good runs going in that race. Dylan Poteet was off pace a little bit. I think he got caught up in a wreck at Dover, I think. And so that was Dover. And so next race on will be at Riverside Raceway. And in that race, Preston Bale got his very first win on a road course. He took number 42 car to Victory Lane. Joshua Osborne come in second. I think for the second time, in the season. Dylan Poteet come in third. Levi McIntyre was fourth. Charles Jackson, Mr. Mayonnaise, comes home in fifth. Defending race champion Jessica Shelton was sixth. Eric Burton, Dylan Young, Stephanie Naylor, and Chris Washer round out top 10, in that race. And looking on down, Jeremy Doobie rounded out the top 20 with Cole Daly 21st, and then there was looking on down, Rohit Baderview was 22nd in that event at Riverside. Moving on up, Johnny Gardner was 23rd in that event. Then so looking on notables here, all the cars, by the way, finished the race. All the cars did. So Riverside was pretty much a single file race. There was some side-by-side racing in the back of the pack, but front 10, 12 cars was about pretty much single file, so it was an incident-free event. Riverside's a pretty fun track, though, but still, there's where the rest of you finished in that race at Riverside. And now we move our way up into, I believe it would be Twin Ring Motegi would be next, and yes, it was the first race and only race that, as a matter of fact, will be outside. It will be in Japan. There will be a track replacing Twin Ring Motegi, by the way, in season 11, and so we'll surprise you on that track. Cole Daly finally got his very first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory, the first in his first in a Jeff Gordon car. Pichu London comes second, and Ian Dutta was third. Sean Galligan, Yoshi comes home in fourth. Joshua Osborne was fifth, and it was Jeremy Doobie, Levi Shones, Preston Plord, Megan Atkins, and Charles Jackson. Mayonnaise comes home in 10th position. And on the way down, the 20th position, which was Cody Lamas. Zed Weinstein cracked the top 20 in that race. He had a horrible season, the whole season, in the number 90 car. So Mike Becker came in 15th, and that was a good run for him. He was one of his best of the season. Chris Darton, the points leader at the going race, was 13th. And then the rest of the field right there at Motegi, Eric Burton and Ryan Richards got tangled up for the first yellow flag at race. And in fact, there wasn't many yellow flags at Motegi in that event. Some bit notables was way down on the list there. Joshua Collard was 27th. Dylan Poteet 31st. Jessica Shelton 33rd. Dylan Young was 23rd. There's Keith Batson, Chris Washer, a lot of them all down on the list. So that was Motegi. And so next stop was Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. And Joshua Collard got his second win of the season. He won at Bristol in the Food City 500 a little earlier in the season. Cassie Renzi came in a close second. She almost got her second win of the season. She won at Rockingham earlier. Daniel Day was third. Johnny Gardner was the pole sitter. He comes home in fourth, and he led a few laps too. That was one of Johnny's best showings in the season. Preston Bale was fifth. Cole Daly came in sixth. He was up there in the whole race. Dylan Young was up there in seventh. Chris Washer in eighth position. Chris Dowerton and Jeremy Doobie was the top 10. And on down to top 20, which was Robbie Bogues. He came in 20th in that event. And some notables up there in the field there. Kyle Matthews coming 12th in that race there. Preston Port 11th. Keith Batson was 14th. He was up in the top 10 much of the race, and he got shoveled back in the late laps. Ryan Richards was 16th. Joshua Osborne 17th. Osborne got shuffled back late in the going as well. He had been up and about knocking on the door to the top 10 of the whole race too. Then on the rest of the list there, Mike Becker was 21st. Some notables. Looking at notables here. Mike Becker was 21st. Jessica Shelton 24th. Ann Batson 25th. Mayonnaise Charles Jackson was 27th. Poteet 29th. Poteet had slumped a little bit though. So same with Sean Galligan in 30th. Adrian Becker was 34th. Then you had Megan Atkins, Eric Burton, Cody Lamas, and Zed Weinstein. No surprise, ended up back in the pack again. So that was Pocono. And then it was on to Michigan Speedway, another 2012 revamped track. Rohit Vaderview got his first win of the season there at Michigan on a one-lap dash at checkers. There was a caution coming out with about 5-6 laps to go, and then the race ended in a one-lap dash at checkers, and Rohit Vaderview got his first win of the season. Preston Bale coming second, just about got his second one of the year. Tyler Batson, Robbie Bogues, and Stephanie Naylor in the fifth position. One of the best runs for Stephanie this season. Then it was Joshua Osborne 6th. Seventh position belonged to Ryan Richards, matched his car number. Levi Shones, Pichu Lennon, and Daniel Day was the 10th position. Ann Batson dropped back to 11th. And she had been running in the top 10 much of the whole race. And so, yeah. And some other notables up there. Chris Dalton was 12th position. Then Cody Lamas, Dylan Poteet, Kyle Corbett, Levi McIntyre, Mike Becker, Ian Detta, Johnny Gardner, and Chris Washer, the top 20. Then Jessica Shelton was 21st in that event. Cole Daly was 23rd, or 22nd position, excuse me. Zed Weinstein, 23rd. Weinstein usually runs good at Michigan, but he didn't this time. Some other notables, Kyle Matthews, 26th. Collard was 27th. Dylan Young, 28th. Charles Jackson, 34th. And a lot of guys got caught up in a crash there, including Eric Burton, Nick Pericles, Sean Galligan, and Keith Batson. Galligan and Batson both got hard crashes in that race in Michigan. They were bouncing off the wall in turn 2. But still, I think Michigan's a keeper. So that was Michigan. And then the last race I'd done before the whole crash was before the computer crash or glitch caused mistakes in the end prematurely for the second time was 8 Bowl Speedway. And it was a return to 8 Bowls for the first time since season 6. And Mike Becker finally got his very first win. Of the season, holding off Charles Jackson to win that race. Levi Jones was 3rd. 4th was Ryan Richards. Andres Allen come on 5th. Then Charles Sanford, Preston Vale, Adrian Becker, Levi McIntyre, and Nick Pericles the top 10 in that event. Some notables up in the top 20 side of the list. Yeah, there it is, top 20. Chris Washer coming in 11th. Then Dollarton was 12th. Then Ian Dutta, Kyle Corbett, Dylan Young, Megan Atkins. Then Poteet, Jeremy Doobie, Rohit Vaderview, and Peachy London in the top 20 in the whole race. Then moving up to 21st on down, Osborne was 21st, Shelton 22nd. She was the pole sitter. Jessica Shelton was the pole sitter, I think, for the event, believe too, and led some of the race. Then she got shuffled back late in the going. Johnny Gardner 23rd, Kyle Matthews, Zed Weinstein, Sean Galligan, Tyler Batson, Joshua Collard, Cody Lamas, and Cole Daly, the top 30. And then there was the rest of your order right down on the list. And on down to 70 Noah, who finished last in the event. All the cars finished in that race, and it was a pretty exciting race too. 8 Bowl was, and usually is. And I'll plan to keep 8 Bowl on the schedule for season 11. So that's not the track that's going away. So your final points after 17 races, and let me get a good look at my picture of Erica Enders. There it is. Final points after the prematurely ended season. Chris Dollarton prematurely. So Chris Dollarton is declared the season 10 champion of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Joshua Osborne came home second in the points. Will come home second in the points. Third place will be Jeremy Doobie. Levi Jones will come home 4th. Adrian Becker will be 5th. And 6th position will be the top rookie, Andres Allen. So remember, as I said, for Rookie of the Year. So as I said, to win Rookie of the Year in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, you'll have to be the top finishing rookie in the points. So that would be Andres Allen, who will be Rookie of the Year in season 10. And beat out Preston Vale, who was 7th in the points. He beat out Preston by 9 points for Rookie of the Year. Preston Vale came on 7th. 8th was Rohit Baderview. 9th, Cole Daly. 10th place was Cody Lamas. Then finishing 11th on down, Charles Jackson finished 11th in the points chase. Then 12th will be Levi McIntyre, Pichu London 13th, Dylan Young 14th, 15th, Tyler Batson 16th, Johnny Gardner, Daniel Day 17th, Jessica Shelton 18th, 19th was Megan Atkinson, 20th was Joshua Collard. And here's the rest of your finishing order in the points. Mike Becker's win actually moved him up into 21st in the final points chase. Dylan Poteet was 22nd, matching his car number. Robbie Bogues, 23rd. Ryan Richards will end up 24th. Sean Galligan was 25th. 26th was Keith Batson, and Batson 27th. Preston Plord, 28th. 29th was Ian Dutta. Stephanie Naylor was 30th. 31st, Kyle Matthews. 32nd, Kyle Corbett. 33rd, Cassie Renzi. 34th was Chris Washer. 35th, Nick Pericles. 36th, Eric Burton. Then Charles Sanford and Zed Weinstein finishing out the season. So, sorry again, another season ended prematurely in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. This same thing happened to me in Season 6, except I was a little further along into the season, in Season 6, when I accidentally pushed the new season button, actually, is what I honestly did, instead of a glitch happening, but when I actually meant to push standings instead of new season, but no, this one was Season 10 was caused by a glitch, so I'll be going back to use my logo as the intro and whatever. But so congratulations again to our Season 10 champion. Chris Dollerton is the Season 10 champion of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Again, as he beats out Joshua Osborne by 147 points, was the final margin after 17 races at least. So I was 3 races shy of it being halfway in the year. I had a 40-race season, so it looks like I'll probably do 39, I think, is what it's going to end up being, maybe. And, you know, so anyway, there will be some new paint schemes for Season 11, and whatever. So, and as I said, one new track. There's going to be a little bit of change in the schedule, changing around a little bit, but so yeah. So anyway, this is Racer 1985, and we'll see you in Season 11.